Not to say that New Japan would be worse if they had a women's division, but New Japan would be worse if it had a women's division. I mean, because New Japan has crafted a look, a style, and a feel that, strong style. Like, it's hard hitting. It's very now. Granted, this is slacked in the last couple of years, but I remember when I hardcore got into New Japan, it was like a whole new world because it was like, holy shit, they treat this thing like it's legit.
Yeah.
And one of the ways you would get away from that is if you had a women's division, because inevitably, now, if anyone can have a legit looking women's division, I think New Japan could do it. But let's be real. The average Japanese girl, no matter how athletic she may be, you're going to have to suspend some disbelief to think that, I don't even know what the average weight, let's say the average weight for a Japanese female athlete is about 100 pounds. I'm pulling numbers out of the air, but let's just say, because it proves my point, like, I think the heaviest one on average might be like a $120, $125. These are not giants. For them to take the punishment that, let's say, some of the guys take, and I know it's pro wrestling, but they make it look legit. I think your average audience, both here and in Japan, would be horrified. I'm surprised at a lot of the stuff that, like, American wrestling gets away with when it comes to, female divisions, women's divisions.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine having that Thunder Rosa Britt Baker match 10 years ago?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Horrified. It would have been horrible. And I think things like the UFC introducing a women's division have gone a long way for that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you're trying to appeal to the masses, there's pros and cons for that. Because on the one hand, you can be like, yeah, go girls. But on the other hand, and I think that this is the majority of people around the world, are horrified to see that. Who wants to see women bleed? Like, who wants to see that? It's one thing to be like, oh, shit, that's intense. But who's like, yeah, I'm going to watch this match because one of those bitches is going to bleed. Yeah. It's going to be good shit. You don't count. You're a hardcore wrestling fan.
Okay.
I'm talking. No, seriously. I like legit. I'm not cutting you up.
You're talking about like a normal, everyday basis fan of wrestling. I understand what you're getting at with that, but like me being a hardcore fan, like that shit's intense. Let's see it.
Yeah, yes, I get that. But this is the same case I made so that I don't be accused of being sexist. This is the same case I made a long time ago with Benji about the Nick Gage match on Dynamite. I thought it was a mistake. I was knocking Nick Gage, but this is a different. I'm not knocking Nick Gage for existing. And I fully admit it's not my style of wrestling. What he does, he's very, very good at. But my point was, I think Tony Khan had a lapse in judgment for putting that on a prime time television time slot. Because there were people in the audience that were horrified. You could see it on their faces. And that was tame.
Well, do you know which book coming up also? Between Jericho and Kingston?
No, are they doing something with GCW?
No, they're doing a death match.
Oh, God.